everyone, welcome to Technique Wednesday. Today we're going to once again be using stencils. Today we'll be using the Heidi Swapp stencil, and I looked over the package and I don't see an actual name for this particular stencil. It's called Spray Stencil, but I doubt that's the actual name of it. But today, instead of using embossing paste, we're actually going to use the distress inks. So we're using Picked Raspberry, Seedless Preserves, and Mermaid Lagoon. And this is the new Tim Holtz distressing tool. It's the small round one. Now the foam applicators for these I keep underneath my distress inks. Now for this video I'm using 3 different tools, so that way it's easier for me to switch between the different colors. So all I do is take my tool, push it into the ink pad, and my sponge applicator is right there on top of my tool. And it just makes it so simple, so easy. So you can see we're using a pink, purple, and a blue. They're going to blend really cool on the cardstock paper that we chose. We're working on what they call craft, and this paper I get it from Michaels. It's one of my favorites as far as like the solid cardstocks. I like to get mine from the Michaels brand. So we're going to start here with the Picked Raspberries, and all we're going to do is you always want to start off kind of off the edge of the paper and then work your way in, so that way your color is put on very evenly. And the white that you actually see here is Post-it tape, and I only did that much Post-it tape because this particular stencil moved a lot when I was testing this out, and so I just wanted to make sure that nothing moved. It didn't go lopsided on me while I was putting down the different colors. Okay, so right now we're on the Seedless Preserves, which is a really pretty purple color. And we're just putting that on in the middle. And what I do here is after I get the grape, the Seedless Preserves put on, then I go back to my pink tool and I just blend in where the colors meet, because I just wanted to have an even blend. Now we're going to go on to Mermaid Lagoon, and that's one of the newer colors in the Tim Holtz line. I can't remember if this one was June or not, but I know it was just came out this year. And I'm just going to apply that the same way down in the bottom corner. And the best part about distress inks is that they really go on very smoothly. It's not, you don't have to use a lot of pressure when you're putting down distress inks. They're made to blend and just spread very nicely. So you can see the brown line right there, and all I'm doing is going back to my Seedless Preserves, and I'm going to use that to blend in with the blue. And now we're just going to close up the distress ink pads. I like to close mine up right away. I know they last pretty long, even for them being the smaller squares, but I just don't want to risk, them running out of ink, and because right now I don't have much in distress ink refills. I just have all the smaller distress inks. So right now we're going to go ahead and take off the Post-it tape and then do the big reveal. This is probably the best part about using stencils, because after you take off the tape and you move the stencil, it's like you get a treat, you get a great surprise, like, oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to create. And it's really fun how it works with the distress inks. You wouldn't think of it normally. So here's our piece. I had already cut it down to the size for the background for our paper, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And when I laid down the white Post-it tape, I tried to make sure that I was leaving the same distance on each side, so that way it created this nice border. Now when you look at my finished piece, which I'm about to show you, you'll see that there is no border, because when I first did it, I didn't tape down the brown paper that I was putting the ink on. All I did was put down my piece and then put the stencil on top. So the border that you're seeing is actually the edge of the brown card itself. And all I did was I took a black piece of paper, I did use my embossing buddy, and I embossed the white happy birthday on the front, and then I embossed white the message and the stars on the inside. And there you have it, a very nice simple card. And it's, you know, the background is the focal point, and it's very pretty. You know, it has a little bit of that Moroccan feel to it, so you can even do this with oranges, all kinds of colors. Now what I want to show you here is actually the Tim Holtz tin. Now this is what I use to store my mini distress inks in. It's through obviously Tim Holtz, and it holds up to, I believe it's 12, yeah, 12 distress inks in one tin. And all of these have their own individual sponge underneath the ink, so you can see me just putting it back inside and then putting it in the tin. And it's really great because it has the open window, so you can look inside and see all the different colors. You don't have to label anything, you can see it right from the top. I love them, and you know, I'm using them for all of my Tim Holtz, and then some of the other lines that are starting to come out with their small squares, I've been getting them for those too, because they work for those as well. Okay, that completes our video for today. Thank you guys for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday when we complete our next card in our happy birthday series. And make sure you subscribe. That way you can get all the updates on my upcoming videos. You guys have a great day.